Think about this. The conclusions you walk away from someone treating you a certain way is way more traumatic than whatever the person did. Hear me out. This morning, I got to get coffee with a friend of mine, and we got to talk through some of his past, and he's been having trouble walking through forgiving some people people he trusted and loved who betrayed him. And not little petty betrayal stuff, like big time betrayal stuff. And so he's been through some things, and some people would say he's justified in feeling the way he does. And so to kind of help him go from how he felt during how they treated him to what he walked away believing is true about himself based on how people treated him, I asked him a question. I said, based on how those people treated you, finish this sentence. Those people made me feel unworthy of blank. And he said, love. Immediately said unworthy of love. And we talked a little bit more. And basically he walked away from that event feeling unlovable, a doormat, a pawn in someone else's game, and an absolute sucker. That's how that made him feel and what he believed was true about himself. And that was years ago, and it's affected him to this day. And so a lot of times, especially Christians, we tell people you have to forgive them. And there is biblical scriptures for that forgiveness is a big deal. Wiping away someone's debt is a big deal. But that's step number 2. If you don't do step number 1, step number 2 ain't going to work. And so for this gentleman, step number 1 was finding out what conclusions did you walk away with, because that's what's been affecting you for decades now. And I asked him, I was like, so if you don't believe you're lovable, right, do you love yourself? And he goes like, I guess not. I was like, no, what's the opposite of love? And we came to the conclusion it's hate. And forgiveness is an act of love. Forgiveness will never be empowered by hate. And so if you have that deep down, you will never freely step into forgiveness for that other person. Because 1, you can't see yourself clearly. There's no way you're going to see those other people clearly either. And so that's step 1 is let's remove the lies that you walked away with thinking were true from how they treated you. And once we do that, now that we can step in and see yourself clearly and step into loving yourself, knowing that you were made in the image of love, now from that place, now let's step into forgiving the other person. Now let's step into forgiving them and seeing them clearly now that we can see ourselves clearly. Because again, if you don't do step number 1, forget about step number 2. We got to do number 1 first. We have to deal with the conclusions and the lies we walked away with. Then we can step into step number 2.